Hey, we're here today with NorthIowaToday.com, and we really appreciate that effort that they're putting into the community with an alternative citizens news source. We have a chat with Max today. I really am thankful that the director of the Mesa City Public Library, Mary Markwalter, who came here from the Wizard of Oz land, Kansas, and took the job, and when the most dubious time, Mary, and I really appreciate you agreeing to talk with us, Mary.
Happy to do it.
How's it going for you? No, let me ask you this. How much stress are you under right now? Yeah, really. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, how do you measure that?
Yeah, how do you measure that? Because all the eyes are on you right now. You got one of the largest projects in Mesa City's history, $9 million project. How do you measure that? I know you've worked hard.
It is a lot of work, but I really like it. It's a lovely end product, and we've had great support for it. And so I think sometimes you get a perfect storm situation, and you have to realize you have it and capitalize on all those things, because everybody I've worked with has been very cooperative and really wanted to do a good job. And that makes a big difference. Right. Everybody, our whole staff does, the board does, the council, everybody wants it to work, and they want it to be a good job, and they're very proud of it. And that really shows, right. I think, in the end product, because people are very pleased with it. They had input at the beginning with the architects about what they wanted. There were a lot of public, they called them charrettes. They're basically right. A meeting, with various people from who are interested in, for whatever reason. And they wanted their input on, well, what do you want to see here? What do you want the library to be? And they basically said, we want the character to remain. We want the wood to remain. We want the children's room to remain the same, but it does need to be updated. Right. And I think that they did a good job of it. I mean, you can never, with a renovation, get everything you want. I think even with new construction, you can't ever quite get everything you want, because afterwards you think, oh, we should have put a closet there. We should have put stairs there.
And I'm going to do a little bit of that to you today, too.
And you can troubleshoot, and
right.
we did really try to troubleshoot, and we did really listen to people all along the way to say, oh yeah, that might, yeah, okay. And we did want an open dialogue conversation all the time, so that we could catch things before the end. And we're still having that happen. Because we moved in before construction ended, not only did we get in before winter, which we wanted to, I didn't want to move books in winter. Right. And that was stressful. It was stressful for everybody. However, there is a very positive outcome from that, because we're in the building. There's 18 of us in the building, 17 of us in the building every day going, hey, this is wrong. So I give them a list every day, and the contractors are still here. So, and they go, oh, okay, and they go fix it. And as anyone who's built or renovated knows, it's hard to get them to come back because they're on other jobs. So a lot of times you move in and then you realize, oh wait, no, this won't work. No, right. this is broken. Right. And so we're able to do a lot of that troubleshooting before the public is here, and also while the contractors are still on site, have all their tools. And every day when I give them a list, by the end of the day, if they can, that list is done.
Mary, most people in their lives, if they do a remodeling project, most couples or even individuals that are going to have some done and work with a contractor, they can't even survive that most times. It's bad feelings. So I would imagine that you and your staff have really gotten to know each other even better and bonded, and that's really good for the library too.
I think that's true. The statement about that, which does not kill us, makes us stronger.
Exactly.
It's very true, and right. You do learn things. Well, I've said this gave me an opportunity. I mean, they gave me a huge opportunity here. I mean, many people don't ever have this opportunity, so they entrusted me with a lot right from the get-go on April 1st, 2008, when I started.
April 1st.
April 1st.
April Fool's Day.
Yeah, and they hired me in February, and then I started April 1st.
Well, I want to say this to everyone out there. I was probably the only elected official, and probably the only person that really voiced his opinion publicly. And I said, I'm voting no on the library bond issue. And I said why. I thought it should be a smaller project and not so intense. With that said, I also promised that I would sort of ride shotgun over the development and the process. And Mary and I really hadn't really known each other. And I got to tell you, I became very familiar with her. She kind of, well, Mary, you could say it. How did it go for you? How did you pick up on Mr. Weaver's attitude? And how'd you handle him?
Well, I think that was a 50-50 thing about getting to know each other, because before I came for my initial interview, I did research to prepare for the interview. You do at least 40 hours. I probably did 100 hours of research before I came for my interview. And that included phone calls, but it also, we have the internet now, so you can get council meeting, you can get board meeting minutes, and that's usually where I start. Is I like to see if I can get a hold of the budget and see what the staffing is. I look over, start on their webpage, see what's going on, Google, see what's coming up, go to the newspaper, the local news sources, KMT too, to see, okay, what's been going on, what are the buzz issues, and a friend of mine was also looking while I was at the same time at these things. She was sifting through information. We're like,
helping you out.
That's what we do. We
it's
do
a good
research.
friend.
And that was when every day we'd kind of meet and talk about, well, did you notice this? Well, did you notice that? So we would sort of hash it over. Well, of course, the second day she said, did you notice this about Max? And I said, yeah, I did too. We both had your name written, Max, with a question mark. Like, let's talk about
That's how I write my name too.
And,
with
the
a
Riddler.
question mark.
And so Ellen and I would talk about, well, what do you think? We'd go back then and research the issue.
Because you're making a big change in your life to take the job.
Well, it's a huge change. My husband was retiring. He was going to retire at 55. We had to sell our home.
That's Tom,
find
right?
a new one. That's Tom.
Right.
And it was we had so many unknowns. And we wanted to be closer to home in Illinois. Our daughter lives back in Illinois, where we're originally from, and so that was it was a geographical thing.
Right, but you checked everything out.
I really did, and fortunately, people here, Barb Schultz, who was the interim director, she's director of North Central Library Service Area, was willing to talk to me candidly about the project and what was going on and fill me in. So that really helped me ramp up before the interview. Yeah. And I had learned from many years of working and interviewing people myself that I'm always very more comfortable hiring people who have questions for me at the interview.
You like that?
Because that shows that they've taken this seriously, they've pondered it, they've maybe done some research. That's a really good sign. People should have questions for you at the interview other than what's the pay or the vacation.
Agree with that too.
Those are good questions too.
Mary, I got to ask you something.
But I did research, and I did ask what people's opinion was, and I did ask other people about you. But one thing I will say too, when I was hired, the first board meeting in April, you attended, and you came to me and said, let's not get off on the wrong foot here. Let's get off on the right foot. Don't be afraid of me. Ask what you need to do.
Exactly right.
Ask me questions and tell me. Tell me what's going on. And
I think what I wanted to tell you was, and I might have, I said, you know what, don't let other people tell you who I am. I'm going to tell you who I am.
Don't define, don't let them define me. And that's always been a philosophy of mine, is I try not to let other people define me.
And you know what, that's worked for both of us, because I really respect Mary and what she's done and how she's oversaw. Actually, folks, she's not going to tell you about some arm twisting that she's done and how she's had to manhandle some things, but she's done a great job for the citizens of Mason City, coming in under budget also. Mary, tell me about the cookies. What's with the chocolate chip cookies? That one single move, that one evening at the council meeting where the chocolate chip cookies showed up, and then I tell you what, you had us all eating out of your hands. Where'd you learn